Hi everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token Channel. Woohoo! Man, we've got lots of good stuff today, especially around the PulseChain Testnet 2.0. Richard's been tweeting pretty prolifically, so very exciting. We got the PulseChain UNISWAP testing up for there, so you can test it out, and we've got a lot more around that too. So stay tuned, folks, towards the second part because we've got a lot of PulseChain. Let's get into hex.com, and we're going to get straight into day 744. Hot off the press, just came out, folks. 15th of December, 24 hours time snapshot, 22 beautiful cents. 22 beautiful cents. Let's just take a moment and take that in. Very cool. Up 14.1% on the back of yesterday, up 19%, and the day before 5.5%. Very, very cool. And of course, so we were down 3.6%, but we were up 18.6. That's been a terrific the last 5 days. Awesome, awesome. 22 cents. Congratulations, everybody. All right, so return on investment multiplier from all-time low. The 5th of January 2020 is now 3,905x. That's just for the price, exclude staking. That's what I say. Get some staking and you will start earning. And what will you earn? Well, a payout per T-share, a massive 5.939. And man, we're enjoying it now. It seems to be saying over the 5.9. Very, very cool. T-share price, $4,349 US. Definitely more expensive to get a T-share at the moment, but still cheaper than the high that it's been. So still relatively cheap. So T-share rate is 90,729. Almost a dot day, 0.1. And of course, we're trying to head towards 20,000. Last 4 days has been a bit of a reprieve, but of course, back on day 740, 737, we had two decent moves up in the share rate. Remember, this is one of the golden secrets to understanding Hex, to understand the T-shares and the way they work. Very cool. All right, average stake length of 5.92 years, very cool. And the annual percentage yield rate interest and early in-state penalties, 37.6%. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And as I said the other day, I compared that to a term deposit, and it was about 2%. So amazing returns. Liquidity in the pool, wow, it's gone down to 132 million Hex in the pool. Now, obviously, there's a couple of ways we can look at the amount of liquid Hex. One is obviously in the Uniswap pools. Obviously, there's a little bit in the exchanges as well. But look at that, down from 141.7 down to 132. It gets eaten up pretty quickly, pushing that price up. Now, liquidity in the pool, back over $30 million, so $30.5 million, and almost 1,200 ETH in the pool as well. Very, very cool. Total value locked 13.65 billion, and market cap 126.76 billion, including the origin address. Very cool. The T-share market cap is now 46.71 billion, and there are 10,739,860 T-shares. If you've got T-shares, you are in that number there, folks. And how many have we increased? We've increased 2,000 T-shares today, so people are staking. So good to see that. Total supply, 630, just under 637 billion, and of course, mint inflation, a modest 14 million for yesterday, the day we just finished. So pretty cool. Circulating supply of 575. So 575 billion, and the increase in circulating supply 16.8 million. And we're expecting quite a bit of this during the remaining staking period up until the 1st of January. We've got this candle coming out tomorrow, and then the candle on the 1st of January. We're going to check that out in a second. Now, of course, probably the amount of percentage of circulating supply is probably just over 4%, is my guess. Maybe 4.2, 4.3%. That's kind of my guess without doing any actual calibration. But using Gunther, the accountant's numbers, that probably seems about right at the moment, but then it could be a bit higher, maybe 4.4, 4.5, given all the Hex that we've had coming out of these stakes. So just take that into account. All right, so stake supply, just under 62 billion, and that's down 2.8 million today. Let's have a look at the good accounting numbers we've got there. So just a modest change there for today, and obviously sitting over a billion there, sitting in the good accounting. The percentage of stake coins 9.72%, and the payout 63.7. Remember, this is all deferred inflation. So when we talk about 3.65% inflation, or approximately, and also the 37% return, you're talking about all this inflation that gets that's those people getting returned is deferred into the future, and as we know that the average period is 5.92 years. So a lot of that inflation that we see here, the stuff here, it won't come out until then. Penalties as well. a pretty good day actually. $750,000 in Hex penalties, so nice. So it's great to be a staker. Very cool. Total holders 390,628, up 460. Another decent day, almost 500. And current stakers up 50. Still pretty modest there. Total stakers 90,719. It's up 148, so that's a pretty good number. And then current holders is up 532 to 273,277. So very cool numbers, and of course we want to head up towards that 500,000 being the next one. That's the daily results, folks. I hope you enjoyed that. Let's jump over to the Hex price. Man, oh man, looking good. Another great day. And this obviously it got pinged at 22 cents, and the high so far today is 22.2 cents. So very, very cool. Let's pull the indicators there, and we can see that we're in the sweet zone here, above the 200 moving average as well, and getting closer to the PulseChain sacrifice up here. So that's pretty cool. How many days is that away? We take that up. Let's say if this is the 27th, it's about 10 days away. Could be a day or two after that, but about, let's say 10 days for argument's sake. And we're in above that short-term bullish breakout line, looking really good. And the key one we want to get up to is up here, 28 cents. And once we're up past that, we're up and away. Really will start to move like fire. If you think today, I think the last couple of days are good. Getting past that 28 cents would be super bullish. All right, let's jump over to liquidity. We've got 42.8% in the V3 pool, and we've got 41.9% in the V2 pool USDC. So that's 84.7, so just slightly down from yesterday, about a percentage point, I think, and so in favor of the Ethereum. We can see that we're getting a nice run up now on the share price, and that's reflecting the Hex price running up, and also the share rate. Those are the two determinants up and to the right, particularly the share price, the Hex price at the moment. Mass adoption's going up nicely, and it's going to really start to really break out in 2022. You watch it; it's going to be crazy good. It typically takes about 2 years for a project to really get that virality, and 2022 looks set up perfectly for that. Very nice, especially with the PulseChain coming up. Super fast, super cheap, makes PulseChain Hex very cool for staking. T-share rates, of course, have been gorgeous. I mean, really, these are great returns, looking good. So look at the 15-year global staking. There's all the stakes in the whole X ecosystem coming out over the next 15 years, all the way up to 2037. And we've still got a little bit up the front here, and then we've got quite a few gaps in between here, except for the 10-year mark out there, 2030. Let's jump over to the 4-month view. We have got today's candle left, and then we've got tomorrow. So we've got 2 big candles left. Tomorrow's one, and then the 1st of January. Now, it will be interesting to see what these people do here. Will they sell? Will they hold for the PulseChain, which makes a lot more sense? Or will they stake out again? Short, medium, and long term, we're going to look for that, of course. And will they hold to sacrifice for PulseSwap? So 4 different things that they could do there. We're going to watch that tomorrow and see whether anything does come out there to impact the price rise that we've got at the moment. But otherwise, we've got a pretty cool period up till then. In the last one, that 1st of January is the last one left. And then it'll be interesting to see. The 2022 looks amazing because the supply will be reduced. That's the way we're looking at it. All right, so very cool. Let's jump over to the Hex Whale. We've got 12 hours ago, we had 1.9 million Hex sold, about 400 grand, and then 1.8 million sold 12 hours ago. Different addresses, but possibly the same time, possibly meaning they're related to each other. So those 2 sales there. And then what else did we have? We had a 3-month stake, 10 million Hex ended. So that was that. And then a 14 million Hex ended after 41 days. And then we had a $250,000 stake for 5,000 days. Very cool. What's that, about 11 years, something like that? 190 T-shares. And then we had a 4.5 million Hex bought for almost $1 million on V3. Very cool. That was 1 hour ago. We love that. Nice. That was help us get to 22 cents. And that's pretty much that for the Whalebot. So nice. Let's jump over to PulseChain. And of course, here we are on the PulseChain.com website. I like to start with the actual websites because it just brings it home to you what the actual products are. And here it is here. So looking very cool. Let's jump over to the GitLab. This is where the testnets 2 is running. I understand that yesterday the PulseChain Testnet 1 was stopped, and so therefore if that did happen, then we've only got PulseChain 2.0, and of course the last update was a bit something around the faucet there. Let's check out the testnet. Now I'm going to refresh this. The testnet, I think, has been started up again. Yeah, so it did have a bit of a delay. 34 minutes ago. So it has seems to be paused at the moment. Looks like they have got some things to fix up there. The second block time is 7.7 seconds, but looks like the last blocks were 34 minutes ago. Looks like it has been paused because of people testing it and finding some issues. So we'll quickly check that up with some of Richard Hart's tweets. Now, the validators, of course, there's 12 validators now. Yesterday I said there was 8 validators. Now there's 12. You can see about 10 here, I think there's, but you can see them all added on. But we start off with those first 3 when PulseChain Testnet 2.0 come out. And now we've got all these other validators in here as well. And you can see some of the percentages they're offering. The first 3 are offering 50%, and you see some other ones here offering 100%, 99. So it's quite amusing. But it's all running along there, and of course you can have active stakes validator registration as well. So very cool to see all these validators up. Obviously we're going to have about 33 when PulseChain mainnet goes live. So the fact that we've got about gone from 3 to 12 is pretty promising there as well. People want to get on board with that. Nice. All right, let's get on to Richard Hart's tweets. And of course, here's the big news. Have fun trading your free coins on Testnet. So I'll read that one more time. Have fun trading your free coins on Testnet. Here's a Uniswap front end to do so. You got it right there, so very cool. Click add to wallet after you swap. It'll manually add your coins to see them. The transactions won't work right away. I should work. I won't show right away in the Explorer because it's still indexing. Let's take that into account. So there is the link. I will leave that in the video description. You can do the trading. Obviously, I think the PulseChain Testnet is just paused at the moment, so just take that into account. But you'll have all the links there until that starts back up there. So very cool. That is the link there, and of course you can see the swap here. This is the Uniswap for PulseChain. You can see it's on a V2 testnet to PulseChain. Very cool, and you can play around with that. You can link up your wallet, make sure that you got PulseChain testnet as your network, and of course you can find that on the GitLab. You can find that on the GitLab here as well. So under PulseChain Testnet there, very cool. We can see network warning. You may have lost your network connection, or Ethereum might be right down. So just take that. You can actually pick up a Hex here or any tokens. So very cool. It is based on the block. The older block too, so we'll check that out as well. So very cool. That was exciting to see part of the minimum viable product getting kicked up. And then Richard's got quite a few tweets after that. So it was 7 hours ago. Are you on the right network? Did you add token in your wallet? Did you have Hex at the fork, right? So we've got a particular fork, remember, that both PulseChain Testnet 1 and Testnet 2 have been using. The mainnet will have much more recent height, so referring to the block. Ethereum Bros, something like that. So come test out your free coin. So it was pretty cool 7 hours ago. Did you manually add the token? Did it have that balance at the fork? Height? You on the right network? So very cool. So this one here, the main network will have much more recent height. So we're looking forward to that block that people will qualify for. Very cool. So be on the right network, and of course that is the PulseChain Testnet. Manually add the tokens you want to see. Realize this network is forked from block 13,224,745. So both PulseChain Testnet 1 and now 2 are both on that fork. So if you had tokens in your wallet, they should show up on the PulseChain network as a test for the real live airdrop, which is over a month in the past. This is also with no sacrifice balances added or the AMM ratio fixer bot having run. Obviously that's going to run on when it goes live to do all the liquidity and support PulseSwap as well. Remember to ignore all the fake support spam, of course. Did you ever have a Hex balance in that address a month and a half ago? So make sure if you if you had balances there, it's because you had balances a month and a half ago. Very cool. You need to click connect to be on the right network. You need to manually add them and read the tweet, man. So a few back and forths here with people. Very cool. I see the error too, looking into it. Also, yes to the first one, yes to the second one if you don't like testing new things. And yeah, it'll be like that on the last one. So some question there. On the PLS staking area, if you get this area, just click another menu and click bad. So you might get the error. Just make that adjustment there. You can pause the video. Staking is shown here, of course, and that's what I was showing here with the shaking tabs. You can actually see that link there, and I'll leave that in the video description too. Very, very cool. Probably the block explorer lagging, but you check your wallet, work just fine. force it. And yes, there'll be another testnet with balances written and AMA and bot run. So that was an interesting tweet there. So we'll see what happens with that. Yes, there'll be another testnet with balances written and AMA and bot run. So possibly a third testnet. That's what that alludes to. So we'll keep tabs on that one. You can probably just ignore it and connect, of course, or how else would people be testing it? Read all my posts in a thread, wait for the spreadsheet. That's talking about the CSV file. It's exploring lag while indexing. Very cool. Great work. You guys have loaded up the network hard enough that we've found things to fix. That's what testnets are for, working on fixing the network now. So that's probably why we see the network blocks the last 39 minutes ago, because this tweet was only out just about 1 hour ago. So interesting stuff there. No, different system and different name too, talking about PulseSwap versus UNISWAP on the testnet. And that was it so far. So very, very cool. So get in there, have fun with this. And of course, we'll have to wait for this testnet to run for the actual transactions, probably to process, is my guess. So that probably won't work until this is back up running with the blocks. So very cool. Hope you enjoyed that. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. And of course, you want to become a member of this channel for the live stream perks, hit the join button. We've got PulseChains, Hexkins, and the Richard Hart Club. So get in there and I look forward to your support. Hit over 1,500 subscribers today. Really big shout out to everybody. Do appreciate that. Onwards and up towards to 2,000. I hope you enjoyed this one. Catch me in the next video. Bye for now.